prove, it's going to be here in the big house. Definitely the statement we're going to see here on Game 1. These guys are no strangers to each other, so it's going to be a great set. You guys, these are high-level players that we were talking about, both of them contenders and winners of high regionals and multiple top 8 attendance and appearances in multiple majors. So these guys are going to be going way far in the bracket depending on who takes this match.
Yeah, and for anyone who's not too familiar with Sharp, this isn't a troll pick by any means. Sharp does play Zero Suit Samus, also plays Joker, also plays Wolf, also plays like 3 other characters on top of that. There's Joker in there, if I didn't say that. There's just so much.
Always gets me, okay?
Yes.
I only play his Sheik, and it will get me every single time. He won't even need it in this case. Playing such a strong opening, completely even, but looking good while doing it, controlling the center. There you go. You're going to see that a lot, that Pokeball once again, Flambeau. And as you see, the neutral here kind of bending towards Doorstop with that blue Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, and you can see Doorstop, just going to be a lot of Zairs, a lot of falling up airs, a lot of spaced nairs on shield, because when describing Zero Suit Samus, just in general in this game, the phrase is generally, she's a character that camps in your face, right? Throws out a lot of safe aerials on your shield and waits to see what you do afterward. And trying to find those openings can be hard. It's a lot about timing. It's a lot about, do I fast fall this move or do I keep it normal? It's really weird.
Absolutely, and it's not like, you know, a previous title, right? I think Zero Suit Samus is one of the characters in Ultimate whose meta has developed so much and has changed completely compared to previous titles in the franchise. A lot of people said this character was just not good. I hope Mars is doing well.
Yeah, no, it's
now,
tough.
It has shifted a little bit. You know, you're having the meta evolve, a lot of new follow-ups, combos, and just experiences are changing the meta, and even the tier list coming in, matchup factors from this character. Zero Suit Samus, again, a character with a lot of great tools. You just got to use it to expose the opponents, where in this case, naitosharp doing perfectly, showing his momentum as a top player, using it against Doorstop right now.
And that up air not quite enough. Gonna see if maybe one more hit on the Sharp can do it here. Doorstop is looking, maybe a forward tilt. Oh no, gets grounded, but no follow-up. It's actually gonna come out there from Sharp, which honestly, pretty lucky break for Doorstop, all things considered.
Yes, for sure. Ooh, not a strong punish there. Surprise. I mean, we know how laggy that end of the grab is, but try to keep it safe, and unfortunately is actually going to lose a stock for it. That rebuttal and the percentage just racking up. I'm seeing a lot of air dodges coming in from naitosharp now, and it's getting a little bit dangerous. I don't really like that as the percentage is continuing to rise for Doorstop.
All right, getting forced to the corner here. Doorstop tries to do a nair from the ledge. Doesn't quite work, but a follow-up attack does. And this is the momentum push that Doorstop needed here. Has control of center stage. Really great opportunity to push it, but Sharp just jumps right over and says, what if I gave you a back air instead? Does that sound right?
Let me showcase why this character is really good.
Yeah.
Okay? You got that back air, you got those nairs, you got those Zairs, right?
Yes.
So
Oh
much.
my gosh, the Zairs.
And the speed. A lot of people don't talk about the maneuvering techniques that Zero Suit Samus does offer. She can kind of go wherever you want when you need her. You need a setup, you know it's coming off of that nair. She is so great at getting wherever she needs to be when she needs to. So if she wants control, she's going to get it.
Yeah, and especially with that flip jump, right? You really gain the ability to maneuver anywhere you want. You say, this looks like I'm going to be in disadvantage. Let me just leave. Zero Suit can do that. I mean, people have been complaining about that move. They've complained about Diddy Kong's monkey flip as well. Kind of similar properties in terms of what happens when you're in disadvantage.
Absolutely.
But it's just a good move, man.
I feel like both Diddy Kong and Zero Suit are very familiar and just in the same spot on that tier list where both of them started out really rough, the meta changed, and then they figured it out, and now these characters are just constantly on the rise and making these waves and these upsets against other characters. That is going to be a kill. Oh, no! I don't think, you know, unfortunately, Doorstop did not have enough time to get there, but that's going to be an unfortunate reality check, okay? You didn't space that properly. I'm going to use it against you. Doorstop took such a big breath of fresh air that ended up missing. That was amazing mashing as well. Was able to clutch out just right outside of that hitbox and land in that back air.
Which is, I mean, that's the way it needs to go sometimes. Sometimes you're playing a set and, like, your opponent will give you these arguably, no, they're just free KOs. You know, it's like, oh, you whiffed an attack pretty bad here, and like, I'm supposed to be a good player. I'm supposed to take these every single time, right? So it's like, oh, you messed up your punish, and now you're vulnerable. You should not be missing that back air if you're Doorstop.
Absolutely not, and he showed it, right? He said, hey, man, I main this character,
yes,
so I'm not going to drop this. And using it against naitosharp, you might be great with every character, but are you amazing with this character. So far, so good, though. I mean, doing an outstanding job, showcasing such the talent that naitosharp does possess. And I had a great talk with him yesterday after I got the privilege to play him in Squad Strike. And he just seemed in such a good mood. And I haven't seen him like that in so long. And he is very open about his mental health on Twitter and social media. And I feel like, based on how I saw him yesterday and even the way he's been reacting today, he's definitely headed in that right direction and has been improving a lot in that matter. So it's really nice to see that, hey, I'm going to go Zirzu, I'm going to show you what I got, and it's a good confidence booster as you go. And he does have the lead at the moment with that percent.
Yes, no, it's so important because the mental game is like arguably more important than whatever technical aspect of the game that you have. Like, if your brain's not good, bro, it's just hard to win.
You're not going to win. You could be #1 in the world, and we've seen these top players
at
#1 in the world, where if they have a bad day, you know, that 49, they're like, oh my God, people are like, oh man, this guy now, like they're washed, whatever. But you don't understand that, you know, this game is really 80% coming down to your mindset. Your brain is what's controlling those fingers.
Yes.
And the rest is the knowledge. If you know the knowledge, that's easy. But being able to adapt, make decisions, and be confident in those decisions all comes down to the mentality.
How can you expect to make good decisions if your brain is constantly clouded, right?
Ah, man, yeah, you got to see
what
in
it
front
comes
of you.
down
100%, and that's what we're seeing. Unfortunate SD, though, on naitosharp. This will be a test to that mentality where that stuff just happens, right? You got to carry it on and try getting himself the up special. Not going to go and grab it. Doorstop just going to continue to build that momentum and that confidence as he controls the ledge.
And a nice little threatening here from Sharp, kind of going off stage and going right back on, say, hey, I might do something, and keeping Doorstop honest here, but get stuffed out of that Plasma Wisp with the Zaire just a little bit faster, because that Plasma Whip is an amazing KO tool that ZSS has. If it hits, cool. If you shield it, fine, I'm safe. And that's like wild to have in your arsenal.
What a call out, the way that he cut you off. How dare he, right? Getting out to the air, trying to get himself, grabbing himself a boost kick and not going to connect. Unfortunately, was clashed out and was able to get through. I like the awareness, though, coming in on the side of Sharp. Even though that you might be down, you're definitely not out, but the percent is starting to rack up by quite a bit.
Okay, let's take a look here.
There you go.
Just throw him up real quick.
Now, this is a moment. I mean, we know Zero Suit Samus can rack up damage and get a KO quite quickly.
Yes. Yes, you get hit by Nair flip kick at like 40%, and that's just your stock.
Yeah. Not going to give it to him, though. Edge guard situation once again, just pushing in. That's not safe. Gets the jab, though. Let's not forget that jab is really quick. I think it is. Frame 1, baby. We love that. I want some of that.
She needs it.
She does. She does. I will give that to her, but she ain't need that back air. Okay, that thing is strong. Gonna connect that Zaire in to the back air, and we'll connect here. Another stock now at a full lead deficit, and Doorstop just continuing this rampage here, not letting him through that door.
Yeah, Sharp, unfortunately, not quite able to get the extensions that he needs in order to push this forward. This could be the start, and that's exactly what Sharp needed to do. That was 4 unanswered hits in that string, converting into a KO, and now Sharp has some momentum built up. It's time to get cooking.
Oh yeah, here we go, getting the ingredients out. Doorstop not gonna let it get into that pot, but the jab finds its way through, connecting the Zaire into the F tilt. I love it. Just push him away, get that control, and let's set this up again. I like it. I love the shark that he's coming through from naitosharp. Just really trying to contest and control that area. That grounded gameplay, so important from both of these players, playing footsies quite literally, and just finding themselves into an advantage state.
Yeah, now who's going to come out on top here? Will Doorstop push ahead 2-0, or will naitosharp bring things to 1-1 as we see that Zaire into dash attack, giving a little bit of space for Sharp to get some things started. The back throw onto the platform, that was a great setup, just couldn't find the follow-up, but Sharp still pushing on ahead.
Yes, I want to see more of these, like, just confirmed base combos, like controlling the ground and then not overextending like the way that Sharp did before, when he really went deep, understanding the true limits that this character has and using that against your advantage. So I feel like these guys are playing so safe, which you have to, but that was probably the moment you needed, but still alive, and
DI.
Bro,
nice.
Hey yo. Oh wait, you the wrong way. You flip it the wrong way, unfortunately. Not going to get it. The F-tilt backing in. My gosh, these guys are going at it. Push just throwing out options. Doorstop really just mashing that A button, honestly. But hey, the F-tilt is out.
Yeah, forward tilt from both players seems to be the one that's finding the mark here. And that's a huge whip opportunity. And Sharp could have ended the game right there. But instead, all right, cool, fine. I'll give it up. Because I was like, right there, bro, that was a smash attack. That was a boost kick. You had some options, but
whatever you want it to be.
Wanted one more hit before.
Oh, yeah. There you go, taking a nice deep breath there, taking out those earphones, composing himself. I feel like both players had a lot of flumbles that match, right?
Yeah.
I don't say fumbles, I said flumbles. Like, my bad, English is a great
that's
language.
it. A flumble is accurate, because it's like, it's just fumbling on the word flumble. It makes sense. Fumbling with flambeau, it makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like both of them did fumble, though, quite often. I think they had such big punish opportunities that they just didn't get, and I haven't even seen any of them really expose the end lag of these grabs, right? I feel like instead of seeing these safe hits, those are really laggy moves you can really put out with a smash or something, right? Even a side special would definitely do some great damage. So hopefully these guys are realizing that and can use it against them, and the true Zero Suit Samus main can kind of come out to the top. As the damage racks up, though, naitosharp definitely having that confidence boost from the last match.
And I'm definitely someone who, in most games, I don't like playing the mirror matchup, right? Like, it can be very daunting. It can just get in your head. I mean, that plasma whip, almost enough. Zaire coming out, and then the follow-up in the chase. That's how you like to see an edge guard executed, as Sharp says, you know what? Yeah, I am going to be the better Zero Suit Samus today.
Today in this set, this Ditto is mine. I don't know how often you play it, but I know the extensions that this character can do off stage because of the way that Sharp has been controlling Zero Suit Samus, understanding the limitations that you can get off stage with, how deep, how far. You know that this character can't fly, but can float quite far.
Yeah, because as we always say, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. As we watch Doorstop go ahead and secure that boost kick and remove that first stock from Sharp. And now we have ourselves an even game. 67%, so not too bad on the side of Doorstop. You get one clean hit, convert that into a couple falling up airs, and you're good to go.
Absolutely. It's going to continue. He has that opportunity. There we go. Sharp, though, doing such a good job at just controlling that, not letting Doorstop really command that plane, right? Just doing a great job, making sure that you don't get to play that game and I get to keep my lead and do whatever I need to do because I know these gimmicks that you're going to pull out. I'm using this character as well. So I think it comes down to that patience, that patient play here of who's going to commit first, when, where, and also tech chasing. We're going to see a lot of that. Not really reading base, but reaction based. So not making the decision before it actually happens.
Because sometimes you're going to see, oh man, what a beautiful conversion.
That was beautiful.
Yet again.
You forget
Sharp.
how fast she is, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that back air really just seemed like you blink and you miss it. This is starting to look pretty rough for Doorstop here as Sharp seems to be carrying this momentum. And I mean, it's still going here. These forward tilts seem to be immaculate. And honestly, just more comfortable moving out of shield. It feels like Doorstop is getting a little bit stuck, whiffing grabs in the completely wrong direction.
Absolutely.
Sharp is running away with the momentum.
Yes, and just building this momentum, right? Just missing, and as we said, fumbling. I don't even know what I said before. But it's just continuing to do these mistakes, unfortunately, that is not planning out, and I think it's because he is constantly trying to read his opponent. He's not reacting. He's not understanding what is Sharp just doing. Not a game plan, not any of the fancy stuff. Sometimes you got to go back to the basics. What is this character doing, and how do I counter against it? Where in this case, Sharp is just controlling the stage, and is just playing defense, where Doorstop is hitting a lot of those attack options.
Yes. Oh, and that's going to be a conversion, a boost kick, and probably the game as naitosharp goes up in the set 2-1 using Zero Suit Samus into Doorstop, which, you know, it's a weird spot to be in. It's a weird spot to be in.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good feeling, but it's on purpose. This is a game. This is Smash, bro. And it's esports, right? It's a test not only to your skills, but also to that passion, to that mindset, everything. It is all coming in, and you need to show up. Every little bit of tool, that trick up your sleeves, they have to come out. The secrets are there, but don't show your hand too early because we don't know if Doorstop has been holding back. Yeah,
there could be something in the sleeve that we haven't quite seen yet, but if there's a time to pull it out, it's now, because this could potentially be the last game we see from Sharp on this winner side.
Yes. Hey,
or from Doorstop, rather.
From Doorstop, yes, exactly. And this is winner's side, as you were saying, though, at least. And everything in this event, best of 5. So it's a great job for everyone to be able to adapt and use everything that they can to make that into knowledge that goes into the game, into the win.
Okay, an opening for Doorstop there. Tries to look for maybe a tech in place or a tech in, but Sharp techs away. Beautiful grab, though, into this air. Trying to hold that center stage, doing a great job. Catches a punch on the air dodge. Oh, but doesn't hold shield for all of that boost kick, which gives up a bit of pressure, but still a good sequence nonetheless.
I do love that mix-up, right? Just sometimes hold down after that recovery, mix up that timing, and also get where you need to go, but sit down. naitosharp isn't going to fall for any of that, and is just going to continue this swing and making sure that he is kicking that door down.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see that conversion. I'm like, man, we haven't seen a nair
Yeah, like
kick
we
in a
got
minute.
2 zero-suit Samuses. Like, it's bound to happen at some point.
Unfortunately, it's on the side of Doorstop, but that's a beautiful punish to go ahead and bring things back to even. This could very easily be a Game 5 set here if Doorstop is able to just make some minute adjustments, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I've been wanting to see, these punish games. I feel like they haven't been on point in the form from Doorstop. A little bit on naitosharp's side in the beginning, but he's adapted, and I feel he's got them on track. But still, Doorstop needing a little bit more time to really get into this set. And then, you know, there's not much time left. You're down, man. You got to go ahead and take this game and showcase that, hey, I still got life ahead in me. You're at 73, but you're Zero-Suit Samus, and we know what that's like. Down, so again, like these reads, I don't want these reads. It's got to be reaction based, right? Sometimes you got to put out a coverage option, no problem, I understand. But when you overextend and use something over and over, you're telling your opponents that that's what you're going to do. And they're not going to get hit by that in the moments that you really need it.
At the very least, if you're going to go for reads, you got to hit them. You know, that's as simple as they go. If you're going to go for it, you got to land them. And I'm sure for Doorstop, they will come. Granted, you don't have a whole lot of time now to go ahead and find them, but Doorstop fighting ever valiantly here, trying to get that. That's going to be a huge punish. No, I was lying because Sharp doesn't get the execution there. I thought maybe that boost kick wasn't going to land on the platform.
No, exactly. You called that. Looking a bit of just taking a big, deep breath here as we continue. Doorstop back in the action, but as I'm saying that, you're not teching that, so I'm going to use it against you. Thought you'd be ready, but you're not. And again, I think that comes down to Doorstop just needing that time, right? Really adjusting and understanding what is on Earth the situation. We don't know if he's even prepared for what on Earth is going on. Even himself, bro. Doorstop, hey, yo, I'm going to take that. I'm going to write that down in the journal real quick. Just give me a minute.
Because I was like, this is a kind of mix-up I've never seen before, but if you don't know what's going on, then Sharp sure as heck does not know. But Sharp, I mean, controlling center, that could be an air flip kick. Oh, I thought for sure that was going to be an air flip kick.
A little bit of a fumble once again, but this character is so fast, right? So fast in your hands, and it's full control. It must be so hard with Zero-Suit, especially when there's 2 of them, to make sure that you are playing so on point at every second of the day. And don't forget, naitosharp also has that chic, right? These characters who are just very fast-paced. Joker as well. Very fast-paced characters with these kind of movesets. You're going to be used to it, the way that they flow and feel in your hands, and that's going to look good, but it's not going to be what you need, but you will find yourself a little set. Looking like Super Smash Bros. Brawl there, man.
Yes, just getting cheeky with these setups now. It's almost like Sharp playing with this boot a little bit here. Like, what can I do to get, like, the maximum juice out of this?
I'm so surprised that last hit did connect. I mean, it wasn't a shield poke, but he let go just a little bit too early. Here we go, connecting each other. No boost out of shield. Yeah, we both wanted it, and none of them are really doing it because I think they understand that both of them are really baiting, and it's going to be really hard. The back air, bad DI, but not going to be enough. Are we going to get the flip kick? We are not.
Oh, that's enough. It's enough.
It's enough. Get out. Get out.
I wasn't sure for a second there. It looked like Sharp was going to survive.
But he did. He did. He's out. See ya. Catch the next flight. They're looking so much better too, right?
Yes.
Again, like I feel like that time, the more that we've seen Doorstop play, the more he's adapting. And I feel like we're seeing less and less flumbles from both ends. They're both feeling a lot better about themselves. And now this is what we want to see. The Game 5. I think you and I have commentated every Game 5 match there is possibly to be done today. And this is no different. The Zero-Suit Ditto does continue and end here on the PS2 as they continue at Big House.
And I know if you're Sharp, you must be beating yourself up at least a little bit there because there was that moment that we both called out where it was like, boost kick out of shield, but it was nowhere to be found. And that's the difference between this set being 3-1 and instead of going to a 3-2 in one of these 2 players' favor right now. But let's see if Sharp can make the adjustment or if Doorstop has finally figured it out. You were talking about, man, there's been so many reads from Doorstop. Are the reactions action's going to come out? Well, now's the time to find out.
That's it. It's that secret, right? What's under the sleeve? Well, it's really just playing the game instead of hoping. Sometimes you start hoping when you're in that mentality of, man, none of my hits are actually connecting, so I'm just going to hope this hits. But, you know, if you take compose and just go for what's confirmed like this, it's going to make things great. Obviously, I hope that you understand who's using what. You're not going to get that down air. And now we have another connection. I love that. Going into shield, not reading, defending, understanding that the only way Zero Suit was going to get a KO there was by an attack.
Yes, because it's like, all right, if I get grabbed, I'm not going to get KO to the throw at this percentage range. So it's fine if I just hold shield, because honestly, I'm still keeping my stock. And that's the risk-reward analysis you have to be able to do to compete at this level.
Absolutely, and especially so fast with a character like this. I don't know how you survived, but my gosh, going deep we go. I'm surprised we didn't have the hold in.
I was thinking the same thing.
That would have definitely been such a great opportunity, but there's another one landing on that back air, and it was a reaction. But hey, don't forget the shield, my man. You've been pressing a lot of that as you're kind of feeling great about yourself. Don't sleep on the job.
And now we have even game, right? Like, these two are scrapping.
Yes.
We're going to see who's going to be able to be the one to get the most amount of W's here in the Brawlers pit. But so far, I mean, it's looking like Doorstop has quite a bit of an edge right now.
Absolutely. Just look at him go. He's actually not reading anymore. I don't know if he can hear us, but he is doing a fantastic job at just understanding what is Sharp doing. Let me react to it. Great job from Doorstop, just adapting to this play style, completely jumping over any hazards or any projectiles coming his way, and is just trying to get these momentum going with these attacks.
You can see a lot of Zayers, a lot of forward tilts, just throwing out these safe pokes here and actually getting caught dashing out of shield. Has been like, you know what? Sharp has done Zayer into forward tilt a lot. I'm going to dash. And Sharp was like, I already know.
He knew, man. He stayed back. He actually waited for the commitment. He actually did exactly what Sharp has been doing to him every single game. He waited. He understood where he was. He said, what position are you in? So let me go ahead and respond to that decision with a brand new position that counters it.
And now we're coming down to the, the literal final moments of this set here, as Sharp is behind by the most we've seen this set, which can't spell well for him right here.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what it comes down to. Sharp's got to stay composed is the test to the mentality, and that's where you're going to have to stay strong here and understand, why am I suddenly losing, right? What adapting options is currently happening on the side of Doorstop. So now how can I mix it up and make a brand new decision? Back air coming out, edge guard situation.
Looking for something here. We don't have a whole lot of wiggle room if you're Sharp right now, and you were so close to winning the game. Manages to get down with that flip kick, but will it be enough? Oh, that side special. Wow, just goes for it. Let's it rip.
We're falling. Dude, I love that. You know, you think that he's down for the counts, but he is not, right? He understood, again, the limits that Zero Suit Samus can do off stage, but it's not going to be enough, because that does end up going into Doorstop's favor. That adaptation from his end was so iconic. It was a journey that ended on the top of the mountain, and he's got a great view. It's the climb, baby, like Miley once said.
We at the top of Celeste Mountain. We're sitting here, we're reflecting.
Man. Love that.
Now, amazing game. Amazing.